Hello everyone, I'm Nikki Novick and welcome to another edition of Praxis Magazine. Today we're shining a spotlight on a valuable resource right here on campus, the Writing Center. Whether you're writing an essay or simply looking to sharpen your writing skills, the Writing Center is here to assist. Praxis Magazine reporter Gabby DiFilippo reports on how this dynamic resource is making a difference for our student writers.
Among the many academic hubs on campus, the work being done inside the Writing Center helps students and professors unlock and improve a vital form of communication.
So the Writing Center can aid in all different kinds of creative writing, from brainstorming ideas to developing concepts where you can go on, to exploring the plot.
Jay Swarm, the editor-in-chief for the liberal arts literary journal, Lexicon, and a writing consultant for the university's Writing Center, contributes to the creative work of others in different ways.
A lot of people will come in and have us read their creative writing and read it in a way where they're like, I want you to view it as a writer, but then I also want you to view it as a reader. And in the Writing Center, we're able to distinguish between those two.
The Writing Center consultants offer one-on-one assistance in a variety of ways, helping students improve their resumes, fine-tune professional applications, as well as academic and extracurricular projects. They also help professors with their websites, lessons and presentation, and the instructional handouts, with tips on grammar, paragraph structure, and help crafting a compelling thesis statement. Jay enjoys helping people find their voice.
How creative writing really lets you step back and be able to develop your own writer's voice. A writer's voice is very important because it distinguishes you as a person and also as a writer. And when you develop your writer's voice, you're able to become a stronger writer, both creatively and critically as well.
And as the editor-in-chief of Lexicon, she finds that kind of work rewarding.
There's a lot of stages to Lexicon, so the first stage is obviously getting people to know it, which is often the hardest stage, is just getting our voice out there, letting people know what Lexicon is. After that, it's really trying to encourage people to submit.
She wants more students, faculty, and alumni to know that they have an outlet to publish their creative work.
And we accept pieces from across the board. We'll accept poetry from freshmen, fiction, creative writing from graduate students. Anybody can submit.
She has seen the magic of what happens after people submit their first draft, how their work improves, and the fulfillment of seeing their finished work getting published.
I think the biggest impact it has is that it gets Duquesne writers out there into the community, not only into the student community, but also to professors, families, inspiring students hoping to join the Duquesne community. And it also gives the writers that get received in Lexicon or even just submit their work to Lexicon that self-confidence to pursue further past, Duquesne's Lexicon into, maybe the publishing world, into conferences or additional journals.
Throughout her own writing journey, Jay offers this advice based on what she has learned.
Never be worried about what other people are going to think of your writing, and taking that step to show your writing to other people.
Jay tells me she views her work at the Writing Center and, as a creative contributor and leader at Lexicon, as a powerful 1-2 punch, benefiting everyone who walks through their doors.
The Writing Center and Lexicon both share that combined, where you're showing your work to other people who are able to read it and have that experience to be able to, critique it and see what can be improved or see what's working, and we're able to push that message onto writers and to for the confidence of what they're doing right and how they're succeeding, but also in areas of improvement, because that's what writing really comes down to. It's a constant improvement, constant improving of voice, of methods, of the overall display of what you're trying to get across.
If you are interested in improving your writing skills, come down to the Writing Center Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. to meet with Jay and some of the other consultants. For Praxis Magazine, I'm Gabby DiFilippo.
Now for an inspiring story of an alumni and his exciting next chapter in the world of soccer. Praxis Magazine reporter Mary Genrich reports on his journey from our campus fields to the professional stage.
Duquesne soccer player Jaden Daw has turned his childhood dream into reality.
But it's always been a dream of mine to play pro. And once I seen the opportunity for it to really become a reality, I just took the chance.
29th pick, the final selection in the first round of the 2024 MLS Super Draft presented by Adidas. The Columbus Crew select from Duquesne, Jaden Daw.
He was picked in the first round of the MLS Super Draft back in December. Soccer is something Jaden has dedicated his whole life to.
It's something that I've always wanted throughout my whole life, and seeing myself get better throughout the years, I slowly started to realize that this is something that, I could really do.
Jaden started his college career at Division III school Washington and Jefferson before he transferred to Duquesne, where he has had a lot of success. He is the first person ever from Duquesne to be drafted in the first round.
It's huge for me. So just being able to represent the school in a positive manner is a big thing for me.
Jaden still has one more goal to accomplish while playing professional soccer. He still has been taking classes to earn credit towards his degree. Jaden has now signed his first professional contract to play for the Columbus Crew 2. You can watch Jaden and the Columbus Crew 2 soccer team take on New York City Football Club 2 at 3 o'clock on Sunday, April 21st at historic Crew Stadium. For Praxis Magazine, I'm Mary Genrich.
On behalf of Duquesne, we celebrate Jaden and look forward to cheering him on for his continued success in his soccer career. Now for another feature of the Dean's Corner, where we bring you a message Dr. Christine Blair, the Dean of the McAnulty College of Liberal Arts and Graduate School.
Welcome to another edition of the Dean's Corner. I'm Christine Blair, Dean of the McAnulty College and Graduate School of Liberal Arts at Duquesne University. One of the best parts about being an academic dean is supporting and celebrating the success of our faculty, students, and staff as they create on and off campus partnerships that serve diverse local and global communities. A recent example of that is the creation of the McAnulty College Community Food Pantry. This pantry is the result of a collaboration between the Dean's Office, our Center for Migration, Displacement, and Community Studies, and our Migration Club, a student organization comprised mostly of liberal arts majors. The pantry responds to concerns among our students about food insecurity and adds support to several other pantries existing on campus. Located on the third floor of College Hall since July 2023, the McAnulty Pantry provides both non-perishable and fresh produce to any stakeholders on campus experiencing food insecurity and in need of extra support. There's great demand for our services, and one way we've sustained our food supply and level of support is a new partnership with the Pittsburgh Food Bank. I'm so very proud of this initiative and the way it has collectively involved students, faculty, staff, and yes, even the dean, as we collectively honor Duquesne's spirit and charism by contributing to the physical and emotional well-being of our campus. I hope you'll look forward to hearing more about this mission-centric commitment to the public good in a future episode of Praxis. See you soon.
One of the initiatives within the McAnulty College of Liberal Arts that Dean Blair mentioned in her Dean's Corner is the McAnulty Food Pantry. An extension of the Center for Migration, Displacement, and Community Studies, this project provides food and other needs for students, faculty, and staff at Duquesne University. Located on the third floor of College Hall, there are many fresh and non-perishable food items available. The items are collected through donation drives and through the partnership with the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank. The food pantry is an expression of the entire community here at Duquesne as we help one another to flourish. In addition to the wide selection of food, a number of personal hygiene essentials are also available. If you or anyone you know is in need of food, or if you would like to make a donation, contact the Migration Club or stop by the Dean's office for more information. One of our liberal arts graduates decided to embark on a whole new academic journey following her graduation last year. Praxis Magazine reporter Angela Carey explains how this former student returned to pursue a second degree in nursing.
Anna McCarthy tells me she feels confident in her decision to pursue a career in nursing after earning her 4 years bachelor's degree from the McAnulty College of Liberal Arts and Graduate School in 2023.
I think one of the biggest things is that my history degree gave me a nice background, and I was able to use it to go work out in the public prior to joining Duquesne's second degree nursing program. So I got to learn how to work with people, and that's super important when it comes to nursing. It made it a lot easier to transition when I went into the clinical setting.
Anna says the transition has been a smooth one because of the professors and professionals she has encountered.
The program is manageable and you have so much support. We have tutors, you have former students, our professors are great. You have a lot of supports to help you, and just don't let yourself fall behind.
Bernadette Clark is one of the registered nurses, teaching the students in the 12-month program, and has been impressed by the liberal arts students such as Anna, specifically their maturity and drive for success.
And now they're on their way to a path, to a career, to a profession, and they're down and dirty, and they really want to be here. They really want to learn.
Using state-of-the-art equipment in the lab, preparing for their clinical rotations, the liberal arts graduates focus their learning completely on nursing.
I'm working in the lab with students now. There's so much available, and we have we have high fidelity mannequins that we can practice with. We say that the simulation is our safe area for making mistakes. That's where students learn. They can make mistakes and they learn from it, so that when they're in the clinical area and taking care of live patients, they recall what they did in the simulation and they know what to do then.
Anna and her fellow students know what they will do after completing their second degree. They will get hired in a profession in need of new recruits.
I have accepted a job at Allegheny General in their trauma orthopedic floor. I hope one day to maybe work in an ER or maybe in like the OB setting, but I'm not really sure yet.
The School of Liberal Arts offers resources for students both in and out of their respective fields. A perfect example is the second degree nursing program here at Duquesne University that allows students to graduate with a communication degree and continue to pursue their Bachelor of Science in Nursing just like I did. From Praxis Magazine, I'm Angela Carey.
And that wraps up this edition of Praxis Magazine. I'm Nikki Novick, and thank you for watching. Hello everyone, I'm Nikki Novick, and welcome to another edition of Praxis Magazine. One talented alumni is making waves in the world of photography. Praxis Magazine reporter Hannah Peters tells us how this former student of Duquesne University turned his passion into a successful business venture.
Darius Veltri began his career before he even began college, and perhaps before he even knew it himself.
So around fall of 2015, I was actually recovering from an injury on my wrist, and I used to play basketball. And as I was recovering, I needed something to do, so I picked up a camera, and from there, I've just been shooting and all that.
Eventually, he ended up at Duquesne, where his passion for photography blossomed. This was the beginning of Darius's photography business, Visions, which was born through the start of small photo shoots in 2018 and eventually larger photo shoots in late 2020. He has found the most growth during the past 2 years, which led him to do a brand refresh last October, in which he created a new logo and redesigned his website. Starting out at Duquesne, photography wasn't Darius's first choice, but something far less creative.
Yeah, so I was originally a business major, and I wasn't like a decided business major. And I eventually realized that, like, you know, I've always been a creative, and the liberal arts school had a cool digital media arts major, so I went for that and talked to, you know, faculty at liberal arts and just grew with them.
What about the digital media arts kind of drew you into it?
The versatility of it. There's a lot of different routes you can go with it, and I like how you had options with that. It helped my business out a lot with especially like graphic design, because I learned that was like part of my major, and that helped me like with my website design and like creating logos for myself and everything like that.
Classes weren't the only thing inspiring Darius. Campus itself was too.
Yes, I actually have this one photo. It's actually framed in my room, and it's of Old Main, and it's in spring, and like the flowers and the trees are blooming, and it just looks really cool.
These types of photos are the ones Darius is most proud of, and the reason he keeps using his camera.
It's funny. The work that I am most proud of actually is just the work that I've created for myself. Like, for example, I travel a lot, so I would take this camera here, and I would just take photos of just things I see traveling, and it's just cool, like, to get different perspectives of the world, and I try to like share that, and I just love that work.
When Darius began doing more work professionally, his biggest asset in helping him grow was the connections he's made with other people.
My most exciting project, so between me shooting for Sky Moore, that's definitely my number one. You know, it's a good friend of mine. He now he plays on the Chiefs. He's a two-time Super Bowl champ. You know, just he would have a parade back at my hometown, and that was cool to capture. He reached out to me whenever he got drafted, and he had like training going on in Dallas, and I went there, you know, made connections with like Patrick Mahomes, his photographers and stuff, you know.
Wow.
Got connected with them.
He believes much of this success in making connections can be attributed to living in the city of Pittsburgh. Not only that, but it's his favorite thing to capture. Is there a place that you like to photograph the best?
Pittsburgh, yeah. I love it here. The architecture here is just so different. It's unique. People are amazing, so just love it here.
Yeah.
I just like how the city is small, but it's strong, and like the connections here made are just, they're great. Like the people here are just like such a community. You know, it feels more community-like than like just a big city, you know.
This sentiment remains a central part of his advice to students today.
I would tell students today just to get involved, you know, make friends, just try get out of your comfort zone and try something new, you know. There's so much here, opportunity here to grow and be great. So
where do you see yourself, you know, going forward?
That I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely looking into careers with photography, of course. I would hope to one day open up a studio for myself, and then also to be able to rent for others, and then go from there.
What inspires you to photograph and to, you know, keep going through with your business?
It's weird. I think just like photos in general, it's like a language. So like you might not be able to like speak on how it makes you feel, but you know it makes you feel something for certain photos, and I think everybody has their own like interpretation of that. And I think that's just like really cool to me.
The wide range of opportunities that students find at the McAnulty College and Graduate School of Liberal Arts offers students a chance to take their learning in many directions, and Darius is living proof of this. Using both the creative and business tools he's gathered from his education, Darius has found success as a now professional photographer. This is Hannah Peters for Praxis Magazine.
To check out Darius's work, follow him on Instagram at VIZNS. If you have attended any sporting events on campus over the past few years, chances are you've seen Mary Genrich working the sidelines or courtside, covering events as a member of the media. Mary, a senior media student, also worked for the Pittsburgh Penguins in the team's television production department. But as Praxis magazine reporter Donovan Stanley tells us, it was Mary's connection to the men's basketball team that has given her the most memorable experience on campus.
Passionate storyteller, using her multimedia skills.
I do a lot of work involving a camera, whether that be video, taking pictures, anything kind of in the creative space. I've kind of found that I really do have a creative mind, and it's not something that everyone has. It's just something that I was born with.
She knows what it's like to be a student athlete as a member of the soccer team on campus.
Like being an athlete, you know, like the steps and motions that you go through. So when I'm filming or taking pictures, I know what exactly to look for when I'm taking a picture, and I know when that right moment's going to be to get like that beautiful picture in the end, and I think that helps me out a lot.
After leaving the soccer team, Mary found meaningful experiences with the men's basketball team.
Then I started working with the basketball team back in August, and that's where they allowed me to have creative freedom. And I basically take pictures of the practices, videos, kind of do whatever I really want, which honestly, that was a really big opportunity. It might seem like something so small to some people, but if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have had my camera in my hands every single day on a consistent basis if I hadn't done that.
Mary told me she looked forward to every day working with the basketball team this year during the Duke's historic season, winning the Atlantic 10 championship and making the NCAA tournament for the first time since 1977.
I was crying so much. Just such a great moment. I mean, for everybody involved, just covering them all year. And then seeing them have such great success after overcoming a lot of adversities over the year. And I mean, it was just fantastic to see. And we knew the history that it was making for the school.
Being on the court in Brooklyn when the Dukes won the A-10 was an indescribable feeling for Mary.
So they obviously do like their whole celebration and everything. I mean, I'm crying. I mean, I'm filming this whole thing. People are coming up to me, hugging me. Like, I am just an emotional mess because I also feel like I was a part of a team again. So it was really emotional. And then it was just so fantastic to see and be just a little, like, I'm not the one playing, but like I know like I played a little part in like that whole story, which is just so cool.
Like so many other students, Mary was swept up in the Duke's success, following the team to Omaha for their first round game.
So we get to March Madness. I mean, we have no idea what's gonna happen. I mean, this team, I mean, they've never been to March Madness.
Right.
First day, they have an open practice, so I get to take pictures of that, in which that picture actually made the front cover of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette sports section, right here, picture of Jake DeMichael.
Mary also feels good for the players, her fellow students who helped put Duquesne University in the national spotlight.
I have no idea, but some of these guys may have like dreamed of going to March Madness, but I mean, who knows if they really thought they could do it, and they were there. And then they beat them.
Right.
I mean, they played great. I mean, it was a really happy day. I'm glad that they made history. It was something cool to be a part of. And definitely an experience I won't forget.
Mary gained confidence through her work, and some of her creative shots were published professionally.
The whole Post-Gazette thing, that was like a big step for me. Getting my stuff professionally published and getting paid for it. I mean,
right.
I got paid to do something that I like to do, and it doesn't even feel like work. Like, that's my passion.
That's the goal.
I just want to be paid and be able to do my passion at the same time.
For more information about Duquesne's media department, visit Duke Mobile on Instagram. And from Praxis Magazine, this is Donovan Stanley signing off.
Duquesne's men's basketball team season was one for the record books. Praxis Magazine reporter Kamaya Montgomery tells us how students, faculty, alumni, and fans came together to celebrate this historic moment right here on campus.
Duquesne students packing the Power Center for the madness of March.
Experience, especially as a freshman, something I'll never forget for the rest of my life.
Duke Dukes playing in the NCAA basketball tournament for the first time since 1977. Donnie Woods is one of the freshman students caught up in the campus watch party.
Well, I was ecstatic. It was great to, know that we were going all the way for this, and it's such a historical moment for not just this campus, but just everywhere in general. The really great time that day. It was all my friends and just the hype around it. It was great. I had a great time.
He and thousands of Duquesne students will remember where they were when Day Grant sank 2 free throws to put the game on ice. The players got a major surprise caught on camera that went viral. LeBron James shipping new shoes to the Dukes the night before the historic first-round victory over BYU. Remembering how the Duquesne community filled the campus with the spontaneous red and blue celebration. Donnie and his fellow students are already dreaming about the next year team. The Dukes will be led by a new coach this fall, Drew Joyce III, a former high school teammate and close friend of LeBron James. That star power will help Coach Joyce replace the 8 players who will be graduating as the Dukes get ready for the next season. For Praxis Magazine, I'm Kamaya Montgomery.
Congratulations to the Duke's success this season. It's a milestone that will be remembered for generations to come and adds another chapter to the rich history of Duquesne University athletics. Now for a story on a dedicated liberal arts professor who embodies the joy of teaching, both inside and outside of the classroom. Praxis Magazine reporter Ethan Collins introduces us to longtime faculty member Dr. Janie Fritz.
One professor at Duquesne University who truly embodies a passion for teaching and learning has done so for 32 years.
I think the passion came from knowing the content mattered.
Dr. Janie Marie Harden Fritz has been a professor of communication for the College of Liberal Arts at Duquesne for more than 3 decades. With a style of teaching that embodies a love for education.
Helping students understand that communication isn't just a technique. It requires a deep theoretical, philosophical, ethical grounding that matters. So my enthusiasm comes from understanding that grasping that ground can help people communicate better and have better relationships. That means a lot.
The joy of teaching is found both inside and outside of the classroom for Dr. Fritz, who sees opportunities for teaching in every part of life.
We can see it in my hobbies. I love to ride horses, and I love to have children ride with me. That's a teaching event too, because they're learning the horse is learning them, and I find myself saying things like, okay, work gently with the horse, give her a little more rein. All right, let's do a stop, let's do a halt coming down the hill. And I realize sometimes that I'm teaching then too. And they're learning and they're getting confidence. That is so rewarding.
But the cherry on top is the campus of Duquesne itself, a campus Dr. Fritz treasures for its life and light.
Duquesne University of the Holy Spirit is a marvelous campus. The Spirit gives life here. When I first visited the campus, the first time I set foot on the campus, I knew there was something different about Duquesne, and I wanted to work here. I was so glad when they hired me. It's the only place I've ever wanted to work. It's the only place I have worked. And every time I set foot on campus, I'm reminded this is a place where the Spirit gives life. It's amazing. And that's something I'd like to say too, that Duquesne University is a special place.
And a special place like Duquesne is made even more special by Dr. Fritz's passionate and joyful teaching style, which has touched the hearts and minds of countless students for 32 years and counting. With Praxis Magazine, I'm Ethan Collins.
Here at Praxis Magazine, it's our mission to show you the most compelling work being carried out throughout the College of Liberal Arts. Watching these stories of our students, professors, and alumni is only part of the story. For Professor Don Ma, listening is paramount. Praxis Magazine reporter Nick Fernbaugh invites us to watch and, more importantly, to listen to a unique art exhibit.
Sound is everywhere, and we all experience it in our day-to-day lives. But Professor Don Ma is kicking that idea up a notch by the launching of the new sound gallery.
So what we're about to do in this gallery is we're about to do a sound art exhibit. A lot of galleries around the country do these installations that are sound art installations. Sometimes those installations have things that make sound. What we're going to do is we're going to have poster boards up that will show all of the students' projects as they use digital audio workstations to create these projects.
On April 26th, the Sound Gallery will be open to the public, where students can come in and experience a wonderland of different soundscapes that transport the user into a variety of settings.
And then everyone that comes in here will be able to hear the sound art projects. There'll be a QR code on every one of the presentation boards. They'll be able to hit that QR code, and if they have earbuds in or whatever, they'll be able to hear the sounds that the students have created for the exhibit.
Senior media student Harley Veravet is one of these students who created a soundscape, turning his art piece into a 3-part journey that is indicative to elements in his life.
I can create something from my own imagination, and someone next to me can take the same audio bites, sound bites, and create something completely different than me. So I think it's important to share everybody's creativity.
Listeners of the Sound Gallery are recommended to come in with a fresh mind and a pair of headphones or earbuds to listen to the stereo surroundings of these immersed soundscapes.
It's key to bring a pair of headphones or earbuds. That's how you're going to be fully immersed into this.
They might think you're going to make sound inside the space, which sometimes sound art exhibits do that. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to present some images, some writing, some photography, and so on that describe how the students created the sound art piece, and then everyone will be able to hear it if they bring their phone in and have earbuds, so they'll be able to hear it.
This gallery shows off the importance of having sound present in our day-to-day lives, as people in and out of Duquesne can see the importance of audio in the world of media and in creativity.
So if you take out sound, if you took it out, it would really matter. I mean, the way in which we orient where we are in space and the way we orient our balance and so on is all through our ears. So our hearing is I think, the most important of all of our senses. And to that point, I think that's why taking sound to the level of art gives people a whole new appreciation for sound as an element in their life.
Look online, look on books, learn from others, connect with people, and don't just use one audio workstation, don't use just one plugin, use multiple and surround yourself in learning more about it.
The Sound Gallery is an experience that offers students a chance to come in and experience something that is fresh and unique, that is pleasant on the ears and intrigues the mind in many new and creative ways, showcasing the importance of audio throughout the School of Liberal Arts. From Praxis Magazine, I'm Nicholas Fernbaugh.
Up this edition of Praxis Magazine. I'd like to make a special thank you to Dr. Christine Blair for making this all possible. I'm Nikki Novick, and thank you for watching.